Data has become one of the world's most valuable commodities, but according to a new Interpol report, it's also become the foundation of a growing cybercrime economy.
What is the state of digital transformation in Kenya?
It points that Kenya is in the right direction of digital transformation. Many government services get digitized, and hence the increase in attack surface. You see, if we only had a little or a few components that are digitized, then the attack surface is very small. You just target. But now that we have many, if you remember, you talked of e-citizen, for example, business registration is there, the immigration services is there. There are many services, the Ministry of Lands, and many things services are there. All these increase what could be attacked, what we call the attack surface. So digital transformation comes with that cost. The more digitized a nation gets, or even a company, the more digitization of digital transformation you do, the larger the attack surface that you present out there for the cyber attackers. So if we are to look at it positively, first, it points that Kenya is in the right direction. We are doing the right thing. We are digitizing our services. I always tell people that when we're in Kenya, we are consumed with our own internal politics and all that. But when you step to countries outside here, then you feel that we are doing well in Kenya, because I don't know, the last time you had somebody going to queue for their national IDs or even a passport, we have improved such services. So digital transformation is a significant process, and that is what is increasing those volumes.
To what extent is Kenya's digital infrastructure vulnerable to cyber attacks?
Saturday 18th, I think what might have happened there is misconfiguration of our servers. Well, I don't want to say that I know what happened to the presidential server, but one possibility is that the servers were not configured properly. And a key area of misconfiguration is accepting to use default settings, default passwords, for example, or default security configurations for the servers and even for the tools that are being used. That brings a lot of challenges, because once you use the defaults, then every other person there who is well conversant with the platform is able to grant themselves access to the platform and change anything, because they have default settings, they have the right privileges to do that.
How can Kenya restructure its incident response framework to counter cyber attacks?
We must be proactive. Then what does it mean to be proactive in the context of cybersecurity, as you say? There are mechanisms that the government must put in place. One is continuous monitoring of this critical digital infrastructure. And how do we achieve that? There is what in computing we call vulnerability assessments and penetration testing. This must be done regularly. The aspect of the anonymous Sudan, that is a very interesting act. It brings the perspective of public relation or international relation, if I use international relation, being intersecting with the cyberspace, so that cybersecurity can be also used as an international coercion mechanism, if I use that term, coercion, because these are people who are literally trying to coerce the government of Kenya not to do anything within their country. So if you look at it from that perspective, then you need to we need to appreciate that international relations has also evolved from the conventional one into the cyberspace. So it is also playing itself in the cyberspace. We've seen this, the Russia-Ukraine war, we've seen that, the Russia-Georgian war, we've seen it there. So it is not a unique case to Kenya, but it is just an eye-opener that the international relation has also changed. So how to approach this, or how to go about it, is not only from technology perspective, but it is, in my opinion, my opinion is that not only technology is enough. Of course, we must have technology measures to be put in place so that we can reduce this, but we also need to appreciate that there is an intersection of diplomacy and technology. So even the diplomacy cannot be ruled out. If we were to look at this anonymous Sudan case very well, there must have been, there ought to have been also the diplomatic angle to it, to try and convince the Sudan nation, if I use that, or the anonymous Sudan, of course, that Kenya is not really interfering, or just to justify why Kenya was doing what it was doing. That diplomatic nature will help cool down the cyberspace tensions.